Hey everybody, I'm Angela Pattison. I'm here with my friend Deirdre Goulard, and we are going to be sharing all things gut health, GLP-1, hormone, cortisol, metabolism, all the things you probably just like, what the heck's going on with my body? If you're like me in perimenopause, or maybe some of you are not quite there yet, but you got hormonal struggles. Maybe some of you are maybe you're in menopause, maybe you're out of menopause and you're postmenopausal, wherever you're at, y'all. Your bodies might be screaming right now and it's telling you something, and things aren't working like they did before. And I just want to say, first of all, it's happening to a lot of us. And over the last few years, y'all, I have noticed a change even more. And it started in my 30s. Now I'm 48. And I just want to tell you that it is normal to have those things happen, but at the same time, it isn't normal for how it has to stay. Okay. You can address these things and your bodies can shift and you can feel good again. Your metabolism is not broken, and your gut health can be healed at a root level. And so, whatever you've been struggling with, if you've had bloating and brain fog and struggles with your cravings and appetite and sleep and joints and all the things, then again, that's your body signaling that there's things that are off. We're going to be sharing on this Zoom different things that have worked for us, the supplements we use, but also some other natural things that we can tell you that will help your natural GLP-1 hormone to work the way it's supposed to. And it does start in gut health as well. That's the foundation of everything. And everything goes back to gut health, inflammation, and blood sugar, y'all. So 5 years ago, I started here because I was majorly struggling after having some things happening in my body. I am a fitness person. I was actually a two-time world champion when I was younger, karate athlete, literally always working out, exercising, eating the right things, had midwives, did home births, like, crunchy mama, if you will, ish. Ish, because some people will wake crazy crunchy mama, but I'm still on that place of being like a food snob. And I look at my ingredients and what I'm putting on my skin and all of those things, y'all. I was doing all the things right. I was struggling with my gut health. Digestion was a problem. I was struggling with brain fog and inflammation throughout my body, allergies to a lot of things. I mean, animal allergies and food allergies. Anybody else get like that sometimes? I also was like, what is going on? Like, why am I having the aching, throbbing, and waking up in the night? And anyway, reached out to my friend who's going to be sharing a little bit, because I saw her talking about gut health being a root cause of almost everything, IBS symptoms and allergies and autoimmune stuff. And I started to be like, maybe there's something to this. So I reached out to her, got started on the basic gut health system. And y'all, this literally got to the root of all of these things that I was needing help with. And so the thing about our basic gut health system is that it is getting to the root, like I said, of helping your gut to heal. It's reducing inflammation and it's balancing your blood sugar levels. And I'm going to show y'all a little picture here just so you can get an idea. Um, so while I'm talking to you, and here we go. All right. So here's the gut health system right here. And if you can still see me, I think you can. This is you're going to start with your, what we call our slim. And it's our little packet, skinny packet here. We got two different sizes. One is hunger control and one is microbiome. And the smaller one is more going to be prebiotics that are feeding the good gut bacteria in your gut. We all have microbiome, and this is helping feed that. But also, whichever one you pick, y'all, are going to balance the blood sugar levels. They're going to help the hormone, your master hormone, and it's going to affect so many things in your body: your cravings, your sleep, your mood, the brain fog, that hangry that you get, blood sugar dips or not. And it doesn't matter if you're pre-diabetic, diabetic, or just a regular person who's got a lot of stress in your life. Hello, everybody, right? This is going to balance that out. This is very key for helping balance blood sugar, like I said, your hormones, and so many more things. But the hunger control, which we'll get into a little more later again, is the one that's more for weight management as well. There is natural fiber in here, dietary fibers that are going to help you feel full longer and stuff like that. Anyway, this is the first step in the system that I got started on. I'm going to unshare my screen just to continue to talk with y'all. So this is the thing. This is the first step that I started on. And then I added in the other two, which is the gut dynamic duo, we call it. And it got to the root issues of what I was like, what in the heck's going on with my body? And I began to notice brain fog going away and feeling better. And so this is the thing that these two do and why it helps all together. You've got weeding, seeding, and feeding happening. I already told you about the feeding and balancing. And then you've got the probiotic, which weeds through that candida, which makes like a hard shell over your intestinal wall. And it can cause like all kinds of problems, right? When you have candida in your body. And this is cutting through that because there's antifungal enzymes and digestive enzymes that get through to help actually the good population of microbiome in your gut. And then you've got a BioCleanse. Don't freak out about the word. It's white pants approved. It's going to help with antihistamine properties. So allergies going away. It's going to help with like a scrubby bubble effect in your body, cleansing cellularly in your bloodstream and everywhere, fungi, viruses, bacteria, and they work together. Think of a toilet, you scrub, you flush, it's clean. That's what's happening here. It's going to begin to get the foundation of your health where it's supposed to be. And y'all, everything goes back to that. I just wanted to show y'all some of that right off the bat because that's the foundation, okay? Everybody has a gut. Everyone can get on this. My kids are even able to do this, and it's taken away and helped with allergies and autoimmune stuff, like I said, for a lot of my friends. It's helped with bathroom issues. It's helped with just feeling better, healthier, immune system working better. But now I'm going to tell you a little bit more. So for me, fast forward to being on this 3 weeks, I noticed those things shifting for me. My allergies were not there like they were anymore. I can sit here in a house that has cats, which I was highly allergic to, and not have problems anymore. I don't have the struggles with allergies with food anymore. The brain fog went away. That was actually one of the first things I noticed. And then I just started feeling motivated again. And I mean, even things like y'all low libido and things like that that happen, y'all, mamas, after all the babies we've had, all of those things have gotten better, y'all. So I'm just saying, praise the Lord for the things that He gives us on the earth and the way He designed our bodies. So fast forward to just recently. Okay, everybody's talking about GLP-1. There's some tips we're going to give y'all that are besides our products too, y'all. So we want you to really listen. Excuse me. So the GLP-1 combo came into play, and because y'all, I'm telling you, I was doing this, I was feeling good, and then all of a sudden it's like hitting a bump in the road, and what's going on? All of a sudden I feel like I'm struggling a little bit more again for some reason, and I don't know what's going on, and my metabolism ain't working the same anymore. And I had lost all my bloat and lost weight, but I started to feel like I wasn't going the same way anymore. Like I had gained weight over the holidays and the things that were working for me were not working anymore. And anyway, y'all, it's just I was struggling. And then I was super excited when we came out with this new combo because y'all, everybody's talking about it. And for me personally, I didn't want to do the shot. I wanted to do natural only. And this was incredible what it's done for me. So I'm going to let Deirdre introduce herself, talk a little bit. I might at some point, Deirdre, if you want me to at some point, I can put up a picture. Just ask me to, and I'll show some screenshots of the GLP-1 at some point. But I want you to tell a little bit of your gut health story, and then start to talk to us about some of these things GLP-1.
Awesome. Thank you. That was fabulous, Angela. And we just moved, so sorry about lighting and stuff, but here we are. That's what I love about this business is you can literally be in the middle of having just moved and surrounded by boxes and you're still working and making money. And it's literally outside of health, I love making money. So that is one of my favorite pieces of this. Like literally, I can't tell you. In the middle of my mom's stroke, my husband being sick and stuff, like you can literally just keep the finances going and not worry about showing up to work. All right, that's my little tag on that because it's literally impacted my life, just like health impacts our life. So I actually got into gut health and things knowing like my husband had IBS a lot of his adult life. And so we tried like prescription grade probiotics, like you name it. We tried it, diets, everything. Nothing gave him back his quality of life. And then I just expected to use my 60-day money back guarantee. Anyone else ever like felt that way? and was actually surprised so much that I started taking it. It was 4 weeks postpartum and was like, you know what? This should help mom. This should help baby. We all hopefully will start sleeping. And it did. It actually got rid of her colic. My hormones balanced. Gosh, in like 6 months compared to the 2 years that it took with my first. So with my second, literally, that's how well it helped my hormones start to balance quickly. I was constipated, y'all. I thought it was normal to go every 2 to 3 days. It's not, like, right? And that's surprising to some people. Y'all who are regular, you are blessed. But you still need gut health because that does not mean your microbiome is balanced correctly. You're supposed to have 80% good, 20% bad. A lot of times, antibiotic stress, switch it towards 20% good and 80% bad. So we just need a lot of help on planet Earth these days. And my oldest, who's 11 now, she was 3, had allergies, seasonal allergies, a lot of food sensitivities. Like we were heading towards an autoimmune um trajectory, and I knew we needed to get ahead of it. So we actually didn't have the kids line. I just started her on the BioCleanse and ProBio 5, would let her take sips of my pink drink because she liked it and thought it was pretty. And I knew it was good for her. And so that totally reversed all her food allergies. We were able to get rid of an EpiPen. Her allergies outside, she used to like, it didn't matter. Like it would just make her cry, like the pollen, and got rid of that. So, helped with sleep, snoring. Y'all can save some marriages, right? With snoring, um, acid reflux, skin issues. She used to have like just rashes and all this weird stuff that would happen in her skin. And now she doesn't, especially as they get older. You got like the acne popping in from all the hormones, and this helps with it so much. I actually, and I am not giving you medical advice or anything, but I actually put her on a low dose of the GLP-1 because I noticed we have been exposed to parasites through our dog. And so that's just a process of healing from that. And so I said, I wonder if this GLP-1 support would help because that parasites interrupt that process, that signaling. And it did. So I put her on like half doses of everything. And she actually started to slim down in her belly area. She's 11. I'm not going to give all her personal stuff, but she does have that wonderful womanly gift we get. So it has helped her hormones with that. So that's just a little bit in a nutshell what it has helped and blessed our family with. I am so thankful because really health is wealth. It impacts every area of your life. It impacts your ability to do the things you feel like God's called you to, even just to be present and with your family. And through this journey, it has been fantastic to be able to get back what we've wanted. Now, the GLP-1 specifically with me, see, a lot of people actually had like instant results. Mine took longer. I had to incorporate heavily the gut health system and get things moving because I tend towards constipation. And so as I started to take the GLP-1 system and pair it really purposefully with the gut health system, I went from not really having a whole lot of results, feeling bloated, to then all of a sudden dropping like 10 pounds. And that took probably about 45 days for me. So I'm just giving you guys expectations. Some people have really fast results. Some people, their genetics, their body's stress, like we were literally in the middle of buying a house. So there's a little bit of stress. And so we had to hold on, baby, just let it be. Thank you. Sorry. So that actually helped reduce the inflammation that I was feeling from those stressful events. And I'm going to get into a little bit of the science of that because it really piqued my interest of like, okay, maybe this could help potentially autoimmune. And there's actually a lot of stuff coming out that they're seeing when you support the GLP-1, it helping from autoimmune, inflammation, things like mast cell activation, histamine intolerance. I mean, they're starting to now hormone things like PCOS and things like that. They're starting to like, there's a heavy list coming. Now, your GLP-1 is a natural helper hormone. So basically, you feel full after you eat. So it helps your blood sugar stay balanced. It actually helps slow the food from leaving your digestive tract. So you feel fuller longer, and that's also how it helps reduce cravings, is the blood sugar balance and all of that. And it helps your energy feel steadier longer. And so it comes from protein, fiber, and healthy fats. And good gut bacteria actually helps make the stronger GLP-1 signals. So you have this from the gut-brain axis. That's how it talks, and how you are able to influence this. And a lot of things that interrupt the signaling is antibiotics, a lot of medications, because of how they disrupt the microbiome. It's like sending sand down your drain in your house. It's going to catch in places, it's going to disrupt, it might build up in some places. And so, as we use this gut health system in the GLP-1, you are starting to help not only clean it out, but also re-engage the signaling and helping it talk better. So, and that's the difference between when you see the medications or the shots of the GLP-1 to the natural signaling support. And you compare them together if that's what you choose. But some people want to do a more natural approach. Some people want to do a blended approach. I particularly would do a blended approach versus just only doing a shot from a practitioner standpoint, because while the medications and the shots do get results, they are again forcing a process instead of coming in and shoring up and helping it actually rebuild the natural process. So then you have longer terms. So a lot of things people don't know about the medications and the shots is or they might know, is you do have to stay on it forever to work. So where this is different, once you start rebuilding the internal systems, you actually have a longer trajectory, and your body will not have to need the system, and it won't need the medications forever, because you're restoring the natural equilibrium that God designed inside the body. But you have to do that. You have to restore it. And you do it through the plants and the things that he put on this earth. It's quite amazing. And so I'll have Angela, you do the tips of the protein and stuff. But a couple things I wanted to hit just with perimenopause. One of the key reasons of why a lot of women have trouble is because low estrogen can actually make the body more inflamed and less sensitive to the GLP-1. So that switch in the hormone balance actually causes a higher inflammation rate and the inability for the body to signal correctly. So pairing this in when perimenopause, or if you're in menopause or even postmenopause or in any hormone shift, you've had a baby, you're trying to get pregnant, you need them to shift. Increasing that GLP-1 signaling is really, really effective. Even I'm seeing it with younger ladies in my own experimentation. It is helping so much with that. And the reason that autoimmune diseases is have so much success or are having success in this area is because it is reducing inflammation. That GLP-1, when you go in and support it and reduce it, you see it just drop the inflammation enough. Again, we're clearing out the sand of our pipes. And it's just a beautiful supportive measure in getting our body's natural equilibrium balance to work properly. So did you real quick want to put up the GLP-1, and I can go through, you might have heard the purple drink. And so it is a combination of the Slim and Restore. And the beautiful thing I love about the Restore is it can actually remove fatty deposits from your liver. So some people need binders, like you got to eat an organic apple, or you can use safe binders to help as you remove those fatty processes. And the Slim actually has extra fiber, and that can act like a binder. Depending on how and who you are, you might need a little extra help. But you see up above, you have the balance. So you would take 2 capsules. Some people have to start low and slow. Some people can jump right in and feel great. But you'll take the 2 balance, and then you'll mix actually the Slim and the Restore together. and you take them all at the same time. Do not take them separate because it is the action of these herbs and fiber and a couple other pieces in there that help it blend and get the results of increasing the GLP-1. A couple things that people have noticed is decreased food noise. Now, some people have had it increase a little bit, but then you help add in the gut health support and it actually decreases. But that's actually a good sign because it means it's working. And so as you have the decrease in food noise, the decrease in sugar cravings, any cravings that you have, you'll actually feel fuller. So you will see your calorie intake drop. And so what you want to do is you'll increase your protein intake. And so what I love is the gut health and trim combo. But you have also you can do just the GLP-1, but I'm telling you, I have coached 5 people this week that we have had to add in the gut health support. So be ready to do that when you need it because that's what gets you that all both combos together get you the results. All right, go ahead. Angela, did you want to real quick talk about some of the tips?
Yeah, and let me show y'all some of these before and afters because, well, this is mine. And this is actually honestly only a 5 week one. I've actually lost some more weight since here. What y'all don't realize is I was barely able to button my pants here on the left, and I was holding my new grandbaby. This is before I ever got started. And it only being on the system 4 weeks, I mean 5 weeks, and I had lost 7 pounds. Now I'm actually lost 8 pounds. And I just want to go through some of these. Now, some of these are more time, not just 4 weeks, not just 5 weeks, but a little bit more time here. Incredible, y'all, what this does to burn belly fat specifically. But y'all, it is helping your body do its job. Men can get results too. As you can see, even if people don't need a lot of weight loss, it tones up. It will help your body get rid of the inflammation and the extra fluff. Some people need more weight loss than others. And this is a friend of Deirdre and ours, and this is only 1 month results. Isn't that incredible? Um, Let me go through here. Just look at these before and after pictures, y'all. You just my mind is blown. This is our friend Danny, who even I think has more results since this picture she gave to us. This is a little while ago. Incredible results. And sorry if you can't see all the words here, but this was again 4 weeks, 11 pounds down. Doesn't matter how old you are. There's people in their 60s and 70s getting results, y'all. This lady was on the beach with us in February, and this picture was only 4 weeks after being on this system. She was already on the gut health. She added in the GLP-1, started doing the little tips and tricks, and this is the result. And that's just some of the thousands of testimonies that we're seeing, y'all, literally. But I just want y'all to understand this is really working. And what we're doing to couple together with this system, and this is something you can start doing right now. But of course, when you're doing all of it together, it's going to be the most effective. You can also do what we're doing to pair, not only taking the GLP-1 combo along with our gut health, but what we're doing is we're prioritizing protein first. And it is so important, y'all, for your hormone to work effectively because we all have that GLP-1 hormone. Like we talked about, a lot of it's in our gut, and it's already going to be working better when you're working on your gut health. Well, also, when you introduce your protein first in your meals, you're not going to have those spikes and the blood sugar spiking and all the things that can cause your just it makes it harder for your metabolism to work as well too. But anyway, it's going to help the noise. Like we talk about food noise. What does that mean? It's that signaling between the gut and the brain that's being cleared out more when you're doing these things we're talking about. So again, protein first. And if you fast between your meals, so whether you're doing, some people are doing 2 meals a day, they intermittent fast the first half of the day, and they only do their like lunch and dinner. And a lot of us, me included, I am not going to be doing that all the time. I work out, I do weights. I want my 3 meals a day. For the most part, I'm having 3 meals a day, unless I'm doing fasting because I feel from the Lord to like, just to give up a meal or whatever and do more than that. But I will do my 3 meals a day. and I'm not having food in between anymore. And y'all, you do not want it when you're on this. I was one of those that ate 4 to 5 or 6 times a day, healthy, clean, small portions throughout the whole day because I thought that was the way to do it. But it wasn't working for me anymore. Ever since I changed now to doing 3 meals only, and I'm eating good amount of food. I'm having like eggs with chicken and on the side cottage cheese or yogurt. And I'll even have a piece of Ezekiel toast sometimes after my protein has been eaten. And it's delicious. And then for lunch, I'm having my salad with chicken or whatever. And then for dinner, a good protein. And then after, dinner, I might have my carbohydrate. So the point is like you're not eating between your meals, and that's going to also help it to work more effectively. Your natural GLP-1 hormone, because it has that break in between and your body can focus on burning fat and it was signals better. So protein first, not eating between your meals, no snacking, in other words. And then the third thing would be making sure you're getting enough protein is also key. At least 80 grams, but y'all, that's minimum. If you have not been tracking your protein, you need to do that. Especially as we get older, we need more protein. And if you lift weights like I do, which is going to actually, y'all, help your metabolism more too, then you're going to need to have the protein. So I'm actually going for myself, if my goal weight, for example, is say 125 or 123, that's how many grams of protein I'm at least going to have. And if my weight is whatever your weight is, divide it in half, that's how much ounces of water you need to be drinking. So drinking your water, having your protein, and getting to sleep, trying to not be stressed out all the time, y'all, is going to naturally help you. But the problem is like we talked about, medication, antibiotics, stress. Sometimes we don't get good sleep. Sometimes we're in an environment that where all the things are polluting, right? And we're just not going to be able to help it. And so therefore, on top of the fact that our food, y'all, who knows what even is in our food and in our water these days, right? And let's not even get into the conspiracy of things in the air, but I'm sorry, but it's there. So anyway, point being, there's things constantly invading our system, and this is going to support you and it's going to help it even be better. So anyway, if there's anything else you want to add to that, Deirdre?
Um, Sometimes that's what a lot of people have noticed that when they try to get in the 80 grams of protein, though, I want you to make sure that you're doing, if to get the 80 grams, if you're eating more, then what you need to look at is 80% of your diet should be into protein. So you want that because I had one lady, she was trying to like, she's like, but I'm eating more because I'm trying to get the 80 grams. I'm like, okay, let's switch it a little bit. Let's do 80% because we need to pull down how much you're eating. So that was one
Yes.
little tip, literally worked with a lady last night. But what you said, it's true. Like we are literally continually surrounded. So as much as support as we can get for our bodies, it will pay off in the long
And
run.
and I will say this, y'all, whether you're doing keto, carnivore, macros, all of that, you can do this with that. And I mean, I just suggest, to be honest, I don't think we do not need the amount of carbohydrates that the American diet thinks we need. I hope y'all saw that the food pyramid was completely wrong and they've changed it now. We do not need that much breads and stuff. Now, it in moderation, y'all, it can help us. It can be good. Of course, there's good sources of your carbohydrates. And listen, on Easter Sunday and on my birthday, I had some cheesecake my son made. It was made from scratch. He also made homemade sourdough bread, which is better for you. Ezekiel bread or homemade like breads are going to be the best for you. Your body can actually absorb it. But if I have a splurge here and there, it isn't the end of the world. I'm going to have that sometimes. I'm taking my supplements. I'm having my protein first and then having that on the back end, but I'm not overdoing it. The thing that you're also going to notice here, when you have protein first, you're not going to be starving and you're going to notice you're full faster. So, especially with taking these products, the signaling's clearer, meaning I notice when I'm actually really hungry versus I just ate to eat. Has anybody else been there, especially at nighttime? Maybe you had a habit of growing up watching stuff and eating and snacking while you were watching stuff, or when you're going through emotional stuff, y'all. So the point is it's going to really help that to be not the same. I mean, literally, I am mind blown that I'm not craving all the popcorn every single night. Like I had to have it every single night. It was unhealthy. And even if it was better version of popcorn, I do not need that now. I'm literally not craving that stuff. And also, just eating better like this is going to help mitigate some of that too. You're going to notice when you're full more. And it's really amazing, y'all. I'm telling you, it's so incredible what's happening here. This product, there's a reason that this combo has gone viral. We've sold out 3 times. There's a high demand, and you'll see results. Some of you are going to see results in your first 2 weeks. I mean, I will tell you 50% of my people are seeing results in 2 weeks, but it's gonna get better. And sometimes you go through a little plateau, okay? After maybe if you're one of the ones that sees it fast, you're gonna go through a little plateau and then it's gonna pick up again. Some that are going a little longer before they see the results, it's gonna all of a sudden hit and you're gonna see, and it's like all of a sudden the momentum's there. So anyway, pretty awesome. I'm breaking up a little bit. We're gonna wrap this up. Is there anything else we want to share before we um, get to the end of this?
No, but I will say if you're in a
All right.
stressful time, oh, can you hear me? If you're in a stressful time, supporting your
Mhm.
GLP-1 is phenomenal. One for your mental health, for not gaining weight because you gain weight during stress because all like your liver literally um it will tighten up and not release toxins. So then you store them. Same with your lymphatic system. Everything tightens up when you're under times of stress. And so this just helps clean out and help really get that signaling going. And there's stressful times afoot. Just talk about gas. So I highly, highly recommend that. And then there's some other things you can add in with adaptogens to help support that process that we have and energy and get things moving. But it's really important during stress to support your body wisely.
Yes. Also, y'all, before I'm going to stop the recording, and I want to just say this. If you, whoever invited you here, definitely make sure you get back. We will help find out what's the best start for you. Whether you start gut health, whether you start GLP-1 only, or do both together, whatever your budget allows, and also you feel like you're ready to get started with, we will help you. And whoever it is that invited you, we'll make sure you get what's the best fit for your body. And I do want to tell you the awesome thing here is it's so affordable, literally so much more affordable than everything I've seen on the market. And it is so natural. And we have a money back guarantee and like a 2% return rate because our products work. So there's no like risk in jumping in and trying this and getting started. And we want you to know that if you were to grab 3 friends with you, your mom, your sister, your best friend, your husband, whatever, um, uh, and they jump in with you and they want to do this together with you, not only are you going to have better results because accountability is important when you're doing things like this, but also you are able to have $500 right now from our company. Just like a referral link, you would refer something else, except for here, you refer 3 people to get started in with you. They get results, you get results, and you also get $500. Pretty amazing if you ask me. $500 can cover groceries and gas and all the things that are super expensive right now. And our company is just like that. They want to give back. So, anyway, just letting you know about that. And of course, there's even more than that on the table if you're really interested in really wanting to help more people. If it's more than that for you, I don't want to just refer people, but you're thinking, I want to know more about this. Listen, you don't have to be experts. You don't have to know all the things we just shared. We literally have everything in place, systems and tools to help you that could be helping you be successful without you having to know all this yourself. And there's a simplicity to this because we have a way to duplicate where you can share, invite them onto these things that we're going to be hosting or whatever, and just jump in and get started and let's see where it goes for you. So we're excited for you and your journey that you're going to get, and we cannot wait to hear your testimonies. Thanks so much for jumping on here.